everyone, my name is Varun Kaushal and I'm working as a legal intern at Lexis and Company. Today I'm going to discuss about the topic COVID-19 and its impact on socio-economic rights in India. COVID-19 pandemic in some way or other has affected every government policy and individual rights. But it is essential to keep in mind that every individual is hit by the pandemic differently. This video will focus on how this pandemic has affected the socio-economic rights of individuals in India. This video will analyze the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on the right to food of individuals, especially students who avail midday meal scheme, and how the right to household of individuals who are dependent to use night shelters is violated. In India, the right to food has a place in both the fundamental rights as well as the directive principle of state policy. Article 21 of the Constitution of India has been interpreted liberally to include various rights, including the right to food as part of the Dignity Article 39A, and Article 47 of the Constitution of India envisions state governments to provide adequate livelihood and guides the states to increase the level of nutrition and living standards of the individual. In India, midday meal programs is one of the world's largest food distribution programs to students. It provides nutritious food to millions of students in state-run schools with the aim and objective of making children learn and provide nutritional simultaneously. However, due to novel coronavirus, schools are forced to shut down and the education sector is one of the worst hit sectors. This has led to millions of children not getting proper nutrition as the midday meal scheme aimed at uplifting the vulnerable and underprivileged. The National Program of Nutritional Support to Primary Education scheme was formulated in 1995 to provide nutritious, fully cooked meals to school-going children. This scheme is commonly known as Midday Meal Scheme. However, due to the pandemic and shutting down of schools, this scheme has not been able to provide fully cooked food to students. In India, there are around 1.3 million government schools, both primary and upper primary, which are covered by the scheme. In a recent circular issued by the HRD Ministry, the government has asked state and union territories to provide the midday meal allowance to the students who could not avail the benefit of the scheme due to the pandemic. The Chief Justice of India also observed that non-supply of nutritional food to school-going children and lactating mothers will result in gross malnutrition, particularly in rural and tribal areas. The Honorable Supreme Court on this issue observed that all states should, with a uniform policy to ensure that the midday meal scheme is adhered to. Honorable Supreme Court of India further observed that one crisis should not lead to another. The Indian government is under both international legal obligation as well as constitutional obligation to guarantee the right to household to individuals. The right to household is recognized by Article 25(1) of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which says that everyone has the right to housing. Further, the right to household is recognized by Article 11(1) of the International Covenant of Economic, Socio and Cultural Society. The Honorable Supreme Court of India on multiple occasions has clarified that the right to life under Article 21 of the Indian Constitution does not merely mean life of animal existence but to live with peace and dignity. Supreme Court has interpreted Article 21 of the Constitution to say that the right to shelter is implicitly present within the meaning of the right to life. Supreme Court then expanded the meaning of the right to shelter to say that it means adequate living space, hygienic surroundings, clean air, and pure water. The objective to build night shelters was primarily to provide clean living space and solve shelter problems for urban homeless migrants. The scheme was changed in 2002 and was renamed to Night Shelter for Urban Shelterless. The scheme aimed to provide the night shelters with toilets and bathrooms for the urban homeless people. In 2013, Supreme Court has ordered different states like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal, Rajasthan, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, who have a bitter cold to mandatorily provide for night shelters so that the homeless urban population does not have to face bitter cold. The guidelines, which are suggested by the WHO to maintain social distance, to keep washing hands and sanitize them, to have a balanced diet is just too ideal for this urban homeless population. Self-isolation and home quarantine are essential to flatten the corona curve. But these words became a distant reality when it comes to a large urban homeless population in India. Conditions for the homeless urban population deteriorated because of the sudden imposition of lockdown as they had to travel to their native cities on foot, jeopardizing their dignity. In conclusion, I would like to say that the government should take cognizance of such issues and it cannot have a lackadaisical approach towards socio-economic problems of the underprivileged community members. The government should strive to implement the constitutional spirit in form of fundamental rights and directive principle of state policies so that every citizen of the country can live a dignified life. The role of right lawyers also became very important during the time of pandemic and they should help in the effective implementation of government sometimes so that the socio-economic rights of individuals are upheld. The members of civil society should make efforts to create a discourse around such rights of members, a marginalized community, and they should further endeavor to create empathy towards the misery of underprivileged members of our society to bring social change. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching the video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our channel. Let's click.